Good afternoon. This is Holly Ray with Ray's Mini Menagerie Homestead, and I'm just going to show a few snippets of processing day for rabbit meat. I've already dispatched and skinned and gutted the rabbits that I'm going to be processing today. I do 4 at a time because usually 4 to 6 fit into a 5-gallon bucket, and that's all we can fit into our fridge because I do brine them in saltwater brine for a few days, anywhere from 3 to 7 days. And it is time to process the current batch. Processing for us is deboning and keeping the loins whole and grinding the rest. I won't be grinding today. I usually process, which is deboning and parting out. And then the next day I grind it because I do it all myself, all by hand, and it takes a while. So just hope you enjoy a little bit you get to see today. Alright, I'm about to process some rabbit meat that I've had in saltwater brine for the past few days. Like I say, we are retiring from rabbits, so I'm dispatching and processing what we have left and putting it in our freezer. I have a scale to weigh the rabbit loins. I have my vacuum sealer to package the meat. And this is the bowl that I'll be putting the deboned. I debone everything and only keep the loins whole, and I grind the rest of the meat. Okay, so I have this table set up with everything that I need on it. I showed you just a second ago. This is my butchering blades, my knives. It's a cheap set. I actually really do need a better set. And I just use this little sliding sharpener to sharpen it. This is the one I use the most. I don't really use the other two because they're so just cheap. They don't hold an edge sharp enough. And the sharpener's not that great either. But I just sharpen it enough so I can work with it. I'm going to use this to dispatch and skin and gut our rabbits and our roosters whenever we have them, and an occasional male goat as well. I'm just going to show you how I part it out and maybe partly how I debone. I don't know if anybody's going to be interested in seeing this process, but let's see. I go up underneath the shoulder blade, and then this is the front leg. It will come right off, and it cuts clean. See? Oh, dang it, it's slippery. Front leg, right off. Now come on the other side. Do the exact same thing. It cuts right off. Second front leg. Okay, dang nose ditching. Back legs, a little harder. What I do is I take them, I open them up like this, and then I pop the hips out of the socket. And then I take my blade, I go down the spine, and it should go through where I pop the legs off, and that comes right off. So right now we're just parting out, not deboning just yet. That's the back leg. And do the same thing on the other side. Make sure that one's, there it goes, out of the socket. Same thing, down the spine. Oh, there it goes. Down the spine and around the leg. There's the other back leg. And then the rabbit has belly flaps. See? Belly flaps that go around the rib. I cut those off. Belly flap. Cut those off. All of this meat that's on the bone right now is going to be taken off the bone. The only thing I keep whole, the stuff I take off the bone will be put into the grind. We use mostly ground meat. It's just easier for us. You can make anything out of it, and it's still our preferred way of eating most of our meats. And then we can, like I said, you can make it in any meal. You can add anything to it. I can make pretty much anything out of it. The loins and the loins from the rabbits and the goats are what I use for anything that needs a whole piece of meat. And then we also use chicken breasts. Keep those whole. and the tenderloins that come from behind the chicken breasts. Those stay whole. And then what I do with the rib meat, so I don't really want to show you the neck part because it's got some like coagulated blood from me chopping the head off. So I'm just going to see if you can see a little bit of it right here. I just go down the spine from the neck and I make a slit. And I slowly go down the ribs, holding onto the meat. I fold it down, kind of like you're filleting a fish. Just hold it down and bring it down the rib meat because there's not enough on the ribs to keep the bones. So I just fillet it down. Fillet. And you'll see what it looks like in just a minute. Try to get the rest of it off the top here. Try to use as much of the meat as I can. There's a little bit of rib meat that we get off of there. And I do it on the other side, same way. Go down the spine, around the neck area. Like I said, I don't really want to show you. It's just a little gory, that's all. I mean, I don't mind. I'm used to it, and I'm okay with knowing where my food comes from. But I know some people are squeamish about things like that, and I don't want YouTube to mark against me. That's why I don't show like how I dispatch. I use a hopper popper. If anybody's wondering, you can research hopper popper. It causes internal cervical dislocation, and it's an instant kill, instant. So there's no pain. It's humane. The most humane thing. I researched for years before I started doing that method, before I started doing any method, before I started butchering rabbits at all, or chickens or anything like that. I find the most humane, most painless way to dispatch them so that they are not hurting. They don't know pain. They only trust us and have the best life possible until the day we decide to harvest them. And I don't do it for money. I literally do it to feed my family. Then what I do is I break the spine where the loins are. I take out the tiny tenderloin, I think it is. It's just a teeny tiny strip of meat inside, right underneath the loin that goes down the spine. And that goes into the grind too. It's just so thin. There's just no reason to keep it whole. And I take the other side off. It almost can be, ripped off by hand. It's just a little piece of meat. And then what I do, I turn, you see, that's the back strap. Now this white stuff is silver skin. I get that taken off first. Back strap. To me, in my husband's opinion, it is the best part of the rabbit. I know other people have different opinions. Some people like the back legs better. Some people like making like chicken wings or whatever with the front legs. But like I said, we debone all that and put it in the grind. And it works best for us that way. And then trying to get I'll show you the silver skin here in just a minute. If I can get it off in a timely manner. But yeah, we actually harvest most of our meat here. On occasion, we might go to like a meat market and get some beef. Like we want beef patties or something instead. But usually if we have any goat in the fridge, which currently we don't, we're raising up. We have a buck that we're raising. And whatever bucklings are born this year, we'll be purposely raising them for meat. Generally our does do not get eaten. They are for our milk production here, and they produce the babies. And sometimes we will sell them. We will offer the does up for sale. But the bucklings, generally, we don't have registered goats, and we don't do it for the money. We'd rather use it to feed our family. It's just us three, so we don't have to buy unknown meat and unknown food from the grocery store. That's the silver skin. I don't know if you guys saw. I have to relook at the video, but that's what I take off the stuff that doesn't cook down. No matter how long it cooks, it will pretty much not be edible. So that goes into the compost pile, and we call it the gut pile. I got it all off, both of them. Great. And then what you do, you take the back strap, see what's left. You can see the difference now. And cut down the spine, very, very edge of the spine. And same thing like we did with the ribs. You just kind of fillet it off the bones. And I'll show you what it looks like as soon as I'm done with that. Fillet it off the bones. And I'll show you what it looks like whole. And then here you have a lovely, look how thick that is. lovely rabbit loin. Ah, don't drop it. Oh, I almost dropped it on the floor. That would have been horrible. And I had to rinse it off. But, yep, lovely rabbit loin. And I'll keep both of the rabbit loins, and I vacuum seal them up, put a date on them, and put them in my freezer. And then tomorrow, because I don't know that I'll get to it today. It takes me a long time. I still have 3 other rabbits to do. Actually, that didn't take me too long. But generally I'll have it all cubed up in a separate stainless steel bowl, and I'll top it with a saran wrap, cling wrap, and I'll put it in the fridge till tomorrow, and then I'll grind it on the second day. And I might do a separate video. I know I have a short of me grinding the rabbit meat, so it's about the same. The short shows you pretty much what you need to know. But like I said, I'll be weighing these loins, keeping them whole, and putting the rest in the grind. I don't know. I might show you guys how I do. Yeah, I'll show you. I'm probably doing a little clip mixed in with this of the legs deboned. That's what takes me a little while. Getting it parted out like I just did, that doesn't take me long at all, obviously. This, though, this takes me a while getting the bones out, because I can debone it completely. And same with these. These are so, the front legs are so tricky. But I'll show you bits of it after I'm done. I'm going to stop for a little while. Okay, so I've got both loins done. We're going to weigh it now.
I would want my mind elsewhere too. Eating good food.
0.4. Get that out of there. 0.4. Sorry, I had to go get a marker to write down. 0.4 pounds, so almost half a pound. That's right down. Rabbit loin, 0.4 pounds. Today, what's today's date? Oh, today's Friday the 13th. That's right. Right before Valentine's Day. Okay. 26. Backwards for you guys, but rabbit loin, 0.4 pounds, Friday the 13th. And then I put it in, here, see if I can show you guys. Put it in, right here. Oh, come on. I don't have a tripod or anything yet. It's just my phone. It's my vacuum sealer. I put it in and I do a manual seal on one end. Manual seal. It'll let me know when it's finished. You can do it. Okay. So it's sealed. You can see, sealed the end. And then I just take the rabbit loin and I put it sideways into the bag. One on top of the other. Like this. Okay. Put it back on again. And then I set this into on the edge of the vacuum sealer, and I close the lid. Straighten it out so there's no creases. If I can. Yeah, there we go. Hold it up. I believe I got it where it needs to be. And then I hit vacuum. It's sealing it right now. You vacuumed all the air out. Now it's sealing it. It only takes a few seconds. And then it'll start. You'll see the blue lights. You should see the blue lights. Yeah, they're right there. You'll see them blinking when it's finished. Reset. There they go. And then I'll be able to take it out. Take it out of the vacuum sealer. And it's ready to be put in the freezer. Alright, just to show you the difference. Like I said, I don't have a tripod or anything. I can't get a like overhead view. Still working on that, but this is the deboned leg. This is the front leg I haven't deboned yet. So it probably took me about 5 minutes to that one. But you can see the difference. See, both sides. Got as much meat as I could off of it. I think I did a pretty good job. I've been doing this for years, so it's just the preferred method. It's time consuming, but like we've had the legs whole in different recipes. We've tried different things. We prefer rabbit ground. Most of our meat ground. And then, of course, the rabbit loin is the best part of the rabbit anyway, so we keep that whole. Okay, so this is a back leg bone, and you can see back leg. Yeah, back leg bone, deboned. One that's not deboned. Yeah. And then this is the meat that I took off. See, completely deboned. I get it all off in one piece. Pretty cool, huh? I think so. And then I just cube it up, chop it into smaller pieces. I like that. Just so my grinder, have a manual grinder that I use. If you look at my shorts, like I said, you'll see where I show you how I grind them. And I do the same thing with the vacuum sealer. I weigh a pound out at a time on my scale. I label the bag 1 pound ground rabbit and put a date on it, and then I vacuum seal it and put it in the freezer. But that's how I do it. I think that's it. I think that's all I have for you for this video. I keep saying I hope you enjoyed. I hope you got some sort of educational value out of this. I hope it's helpful, and even if you're just interested in seeing how I debone everything. And like I said, here's my little workstation. If I had the option of somebody holding it for me, we'd have a better above view. Here's the meat that I already have started for grinding, and I've already put the loin. There's my coffee. I put the loin in the freezer, and this is the meat that I took off the bone for the back leg. I already got the front leg in here. It's just such little pieces when I take it off the front leg, so I just put it in the bowl right away. And I hope you like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to suggest other things you'd be interested in seeing or have any questions, feel free to say so in the comments. I read every single one, and I try to respond to every single one. And I appreciate you watching my full videos. It helps me out a lot. Thank you very much, and have a good day. See you in the next one. Bye.